Hey, what's happening, agents? Paul Duplessis here from Real Digital Agent. We're really excited to get you something that's going to give you some value, help you with your listings, especially in this little bit of a tougher market. What we've been seeing a lot out there is a lot of listing ads in Facebook. People are moving towards that, agents are moving towards that, but there's still a lot being done incorrectly. There's still a lot that's not happening in the right way. And as we decided to give you this value, it's really important to get these steps right and to really get it exactly in the right frame so that you can utilize it to motivate the vendors for more VPA, to motivate them to keep your commissions high because you've got a strategy for their property, because you're putting the best foot forward for their property in terms of listing and getting advertising exposure. Before we get going, I'd really like to tell you that we've got something special planned for you. In these 7 big mistakes that we are going to be releasing, we are going to be running a specific remarketing campaign to you, dedicated to anybody who's watched 95% of the video, and anybody who's watched all 7 will be given a magnificent offer, costs for free, for us to help you with your campaigns, look at everything you're doing, and run a whole campaign for you, completely cost-free, and show you how it should be done. Not only that, we'll give you some guidance around it, but this will only go to people who've watched the entire 7 video series to the 95% mark. They will start receiving the special offer, and we'll show you how remarketing really works in the digital space, especially Facebook, and how we target you by doing what we need you to do and then following through. What we decided to do is give you 7 things that you can get right that'll help get you further into the door of the vendors, help promote yourself in terms of commissions, get yourself higher, close more listings, and push for higher VPA to get more exposure for the properties, which is ultimate gain for the vendor, is to get as much exposure for their properties. And this is especially on Facebook. Now, there's 7 mistakes that are parallel to the things you need to get right, that if you get all these steps right, you'll have a much easier chance to close. And over the next 7 days, we're going to release it. The very first one that we're going to look at is, are you doing anything at all, or you're just doing nothing? You could be just posting, you could be doing a boost, a couple of pictures, and hoping for the best. And this is really not a strategy in any way. A strategy should take an objective of what you want to achieve out of it, go through your budgeting, your targeting, and your ad copy, and getting it all right. And then with that objective, you can analyze and see how you've done, show your vendor the exposure that they've got for their property. But just doing the simple things as if it's just an add-on for Facebook is just not really what's going to cut it anymore. You're not going to get much exposure. Your Facebook page, even if you've got 5,000 likes, you're only going to get some exposure. You can boost it from there, but that's not really getting it into what you need to do. There's a whole lot of aspects behind the ad manager that gives you so much more power and so much more structure to be able to really use it ongoing, create consistent and manageable campaigns for each property, utilize that audience and get it going. So it's important, as the very first thing that you should be getting right is to have a strategy around your Facebook advertising campaigns for your listing. It's not just putting some pictures on your page and then boosting it. It's about actually identifying what your strategy is, what's your objective for your property, putting it into a specific campaign that's manageable in your ad manager, and running it through the targets you need to do, assessing what you need to aim it at. Is it a property for certain key buyers? Is this property targeted at a specific kind of demographic? Get more strategic in terms of your ads, rather than just, I'm just going to put an ad out there, I'm just going to put a different boost out there, or I'm just going to post it and hope for the best. Even if you're doing $50, which is really not enough, it's better to do $50 in an ad manager with a dedicated campaign that you can analyze down the line than just boosting it. Boosting will just get you great exposure, but it's not really going to be key for you in the long term. I hope that tip's been really helpful for you. Watch out for tomorrow, where we're going to start looking at basically the hits and hopes of single ads, what you're missing out by just going for a single ad campaign, even if it's in your ad manager, and what it's going to assess.